Hashem Kodash. Double homage to the elder apostles of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us the truth. And shalom and salutations to all the brothers that push the word in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. I'm the brother Yahshua. I'm back with the World War III update for the day. Today is Monday. All right, and this is going to be quick. I'm going to read Exodus 9:1 through 7 to get the point. Here's what's going on in the world. Then the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, said unto Moses, Go in unto Pharaoh and tell him, Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, power of the Hebrews, let my people go. Right? Let my people go, that they may serve me instead of Pharaoh. And this is what's going on right now in the world. All right? For if thou refuse to let them go and wilt hold them still, behold, the hand of the Lord is upon thy cattle, which is in the field, upon the horses, upon the asses, upon the camels, upon the oxen, and upon the sheep. There shall be a very grievous murrain. And the Lord shall sever between the cattle of Israel and the cattle of Egypt, and there shall nothing die of all that is the children's of Israel. And the Lord appointed at a set time, saying, Tomorrow the Lord shall do this thing in the land. And the Lord did that thing on the morrow, and all the cattle of Egypt died. But the cattle of the children of Israel died not one. Okay? So what you see here, the one that you ignorantly call God, whose name is Yahweh, and his son, Yahushai, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, right? They're fighting for who? For the Hebrew Israelites. All right? They're fighting for the children of Israel. All right? And that's what he does. He doesn't fight for everybody. He fights for the children of Israel, like in the old, right? And now what he's doing right now, this is what he's doing. We didn't read 7. And Pharaoh sent, and behold, there was not one of the cattle of the Israelites dead. Of the who? Of the Israelites. And the heart of Pharaoh was what? Hardened, and he did not let the people go. So the Most High hardened Pharaoh's heart. All right? Jump down here to 12. And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, and he hearkened not unto them, as the Lord had spoken unto Moses. So God, the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, is hardening the heart of Pharaoh. All right? So who would Pharaoh be in the U.S.? That would be Sleepy Joe Biden. Creepy Joe. Who would Pharaoh be in China? It would be Xing, whatever the nigga's name is, Shanghai. All right? Who would be the Pharaoh in Russia? It would be Vladimir. All right? So right now, what is the Most High doing? He's hardening their hearts. Okay? And getting them to do what? Setting them up to go into war. All right? He's setting up a war. He's controlling the mind. See if this comes up right. I have to, let's see. Slovakia. I gotta go look for this. Let me see. Let's see what this does. right, this is Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. You understand? Every way of man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord pondereth the hearts. When it says heart, it's talking about your mind. It's the Hebrew word lob, L-O-B. It means your mind. So it would read, the king's mind is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever we. So Pharaoh is doing exactly what the Most High wants him to do. All right? That's what's going on there. So let's see what is going on here. Well, Salaki, let me get this real quick to show you what's going on. This is, how come I can never do this? Joel. Trying to find Joel. Ah, Salaki. Excuse me today. I got to get my motor running. It's a new week. So this is Joel 3 and 2. I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. This is what God is doing. He's setting up an ambush. We always go over this. You got to keep drilling it into people's heads. What is God doing? He's got the heart of all the heads of state and their armies. What is he doing? I will gather the armies of the world, right, into the valley of Jehoshaphat. This thing, all right? So this is what he's doing. No matter where you are on the world, if you're a country with an army, all right, God is gathering you. All right, it might take a while because he one day is 1,000 years to the Most High. All right. So this thing been going on for a while, but we're so close to the end right now. I will gather the armies of the world into the valley of Jehoshaphat. Why? There will I judge them. That's what he did to Pharaoh, remember? He hardened his heart. He set him up, right? He set Pharaoh up. People, what people? It's the same story. Where's my picture at? Come on. There. All right? God set him up, led him into the ambush. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing with all the kings of the world. I will gather the armies of the world into the valley of Jehoshaphat. There will I judge them for harming my people. Who did he lead in this situation? Who did God lead through here, and who did he kill? He saved the Israelites, and he destroyed Pharaoh's army. Now he's going to do that on a grand level. I will gather the armies of the world, not just the Egyptians, all of the armies of the world into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and do what? Judge them for harming my people. Let my people go. No, you went way beyond. There will I enter into judgment. There will I put them on trial for what they did. Come on, it's judgment time. All right, that's what this is about. Enter into judgment, plead with them, plead your case. Devil, enter into judgment, enter into judgment. All right. Here's what's going on. Gather them. What is he doing? Gather the armies of the world. For what? To put them all down. All right? The kings of the earth are being gathered. We're gonna take a look at it in real time. See, you think that this is a joke. You think that these scriptures, these prophecies ain't coming to pass. It's Revelation 19 and 19. And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth, Vladimir, Sleepy Joe, and their armies. Oh, the kings of the earth and their armies, what were they? Gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. Okay, well, the kings of the earth and their armies are going to try to fight against God and the angels and their ground troops, the Israelites, and they're going to be made quick work of. All right, so now that we have that understanding, let's watch old Military and Foreign Affairs Network, December 19th, which was yesterday. Russian-Ukraine conflict. We're going to get up to speed on that, and we're going to listen to the voice of reason. All right, here we go.
Good day, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I'm your host, the voice of reason. In today's issue, we're going to continue our coverage of the ongoing crisis between Ukraine, Russia, and obviously the West and NATO. And if you continue to monitor news reports and look at the headlines coming out of the mainstream media, really the rhetoric is the same.
The rhetoric is called rumors of war. Reports, threats. And these things go on before the hot war starts. But the point is that we're watching the kings of the world and their armies being drawn into an ambush. That's what we're seeing. That's the big point. It's called World War III.
And I really wanted to look and delve into what has happened within the last week, especially in terms of the demands that have come out of Moscow in regards to what it desires the West do. And by all indications, that demand is really the choice between possible conflict and no conflict. And if you look at those demands, really what Russia is asking is something uh, probably even beyond what the West, the United States, NATO had even considered. He was willing to even confront that issue, and that is the status of NATO in terms of Eastern Europe. So not only has Putin stated very publicly that Ukraine will not be part of NATO, obviously they want a veto that would give the Kremlin the ability to decide whether Ukraine joins NATO or not. But it goes much, much deeper than that in terms of what Moscow is asking. He's asking that the troops that are deployed in Western Ukraine be withdrawn. He's also asking that military assets that have been deployed in places such as Romania, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, all those forces must be withdrawn as well. And obviously, that is not something that NATO is going to comply with.
So you're going to have a war. All right. Why are they not going to comply with it? You got both sides asking for something. What is the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, do? He's hardening their hearts. He's working on their minds to do what? To fight against each other. All right? And while they're fighting against each other, right, that's when the angels are going to come out of the fourth dimension and lay waste to all of them. So right now they're being gathered together to fight against each other, right? And you could go back and watch this whole thing. This is his update and his analysis on what's going on, but it's not from a spiritual aspect, all right? This is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen, all right? These things, the real war, right, the real fight, once a World War III is going on, okay, in earnest then out of the fourth dimension. All right. These chariots are going to come in and join the war, and the attention is going to be drawn away from fighting each other. Let me show you that. We'll go ahead and close up. All right. This is 2 Ezra 13. Yep, here we are. Start right here. 13 and 5. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together, that phrase right there, gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the men that came out of the sea. First they were fighting each other. Then they turned their attention to this, because this is a bigger threat than them fighting each other. This is something that they can't overcome. They had to come together and form an alliance to come against this threat. Let's see that. Start at 34. Nope. We'll start right here. 33. And when all the people hear his voice, hear whose voice? Hear this voice, these laser beams, right? That's his voice. Every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another. That's World War III. They're going to be fighting each other like they're doing when this man is breaking it down. Where's he at? This guy. All right. They're fighting each other right here. Why? Because the Most High brought them down into the war zone, if you will. And now they're going to fight. He's going to harden their hearts and make them fight, right? And suddenly, there's a different war. So they're going to leave the war. They're going to leave this war that they have one with one another. Okay, 34. And when the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another. That's World War III. And an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together. That's everybody in World War III. Okay? They're going to stop fighting each other. They're going to leave the war they have one with another, World War III. They're going to come together to do what? Okay? They're going to leave the battle they have one against another and come together. They're going to gather together, an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as though thou sawest them willing to come and to overcome him by fighting. All right? And that's when we get this. All right? Then we go back to Revelation. And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. All right? And there's your World War III. We'll close with this. Oh, what is this, 11? Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe is past. That's World War II. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly. So we're just waiting, biding our time. We know what is going on. We know how this thing is going to shake out. So with that, we hope the elect are edified. We're going to say shalom.